Hey everybody! Welcome to a traditional draft of Kaldheim. We are late in the week here. It's gauntlet time tomorrow. Gonna get my get some practice in here today. Although not best of one, we're gonna do best of three, and I'm gonna try and make sure my pace of play is sensible, and especially if I end up into some kind of controlling deck. But this format still seems to be about being very deliberately aggressive or very deliberately planning to turn the corner against aggro and drop some bombs, outbomb your opponent, win a long game. If you're gonna, you really need to be thinking about what those decks are trying to do. One of my worries about, if you're not in aggro and you end up in a more grindy deck and you don't have a good one, you can kind of feel like you get into these spots where it's like, well, great, my deck is doing what it's supposed to, but 70% of the decks in the field are doing the same thing better, so I'm just in a lot of trouble. So I'm really wary of the grindy decks that don't have the payoffs. And so aggro is easier to pull off without the high rarity stuff. I kind of feel like, we all agree that this is a very princely format in the sense that the power level of the rares and mythics drives a lot of the outcomes. But you can win with aggro without power level. Like that is where Pauper and Prince and Pauper style Magic, the Pauper side of this format is in the aggro. So if I don't have those early game-winning inevitability type grindy cards, then I like to be looking to see if there's an aggro lane open in case I don't end up with the power to win in that type of environment. So we'll see. If you want to win in any environment that is physical, then you're going to want to check with my sponsor, Card Kingdom, though. They are purveyors of physical Magic stuff. They can't help you with your win rate on Arena past giving you the tools to practice at home. And they have everything you need for that. Sealed product, singles, supplies, whether you're a commander player, a casual drafter, a standard player, you got some constructed format that's your thing. Maybe you just like collecting cool-looking cards. All that stuff is serviceable through Card Kingdom. Please use my affiliate link if you do that in the panels and the YouTube notes. They know you got there from here, and it helps keep me on the air. It really does. We review the numbers, and the higher they are, the happier they are. What do you know? Well, we're going to jump in here. I've been talking. I am going to start building up my gold. Now that we understand that there are gold opportunities with extreme discounts, it's going to make sense to me. I'm going to start trying to bring all of my accounts to have about a 30K balance of gold and then whatever left on gems, maybe even more. On a main account, maybe I'll try to get 50K and have 2 entries to some high-level tournament available. But I have been thinking about that, and I'm going to be entering with gems a lot more often, even when I can enter with gold. But today, gems are our only option, so let's do that. Switch to the draft view here. I already did a blah. I'm going to reject your blah. I pre-blawed you. Yes, I have a couple of... I actually had them in yesterday. They just never came up that I remember. I might have missed it. That happens. You had to help me remember. Is Duncan around? Maybe Duncan can prompt me too if I forget. Yeah, I wouldn't. This is no surprise here to me that best of 3 is slowing down a bit. We've seen this pattern since they've been offering best of 1 and best of 3 human drafting at the same time. Over the course of the set, as interest wanes, the best of 3 slows down much more than the best of 1. Magda was pretty good for us when we had her the other day, but Svella is a better place to start, I think. Packmate, awesome. Usher, really great as part of those aggro decks that I'm talking about. Feed is solid, but has fallen off a bit, both because of Black's relative power level in the format and really it being 4 mana. I mean, there's just enough going on with things like Usher the Fallen in the format where sometimes this is just too expensive to handle your problems. You know, if you're spending 4 mana to kill one thing against a deck like this, it can be just too slow. But I do love a Svella to start. This is a fun one to build around if we can do it. Rowley likes Magda. That's a fine pick there too. But I have a hard time passing a pick one Svella. She's so Svel. Harold. Wow, from a great pack into just kind of Garbo pack, right? Yeah, I hate second picking a mountain, but it's really the pick here. We could take Harold, but Harold is strong in straight elves, not super strong in Svella 5-color. But yeah, nothing else great, so let's just suck it up. Do the right thing. Mistwalker, reasonable follow here. Bound in Gold, solid removal. Draugr's Helm, always appealing. But I think that it comes to Helm versus Mistwalker for me. Mistwalker feels a little more on plan with what Svella's doing. Yeah, there's a Snowland missing and it's pack 3, so we got to keep that in mind. But just because we have Svella doesn't necessarily mean we're Snow. Hodge takes Bound. Yeah, some people are liking the Bound. I guess I should include the Bound in it. Mistwalker, Helm, and Bound are the 3 considerations. Just feel like with this start, I don't know if this is where I want to go next. I know I don't want to overvalue it, but I don't want to overvalue this either for the same weaknesses we all know about. I'm going to go with my gut, Mistwalker. We got a Ford here we could get. Elven Bow is interesting, but I like the Snow Duel with what we've got started here. You like Arnie Slays? Yeah, it does match Svella, I suppose. Thing is, I don't value this card very highly. You think it's good? I think it's so situationally good that I don't value it highly. I'm going to take the land. Skemfar seems good here, though, over the Snow Mountain. Maybe the Vandal Wheels. So heading towards Teamer Snowish. Provoke could work in that. We know this isn't amazing, but it does go to the face, and I think it's better than anything else we see here given our start. I like Struggle more. It's single color, and it puts a counter on it. I mean, that's the thing. The thing I don't like about Arnie is that your creature just has to naturally be big enough to defeat the other creature. Now, of course, it gets some counters, and that's all cool. Like, Arnie does have other chapters. I get that. So, but fundamentally, what we play Arnie for is removal, and fundamentally what we're playing this for is removal, and I like it this better at that job. Well, I feel like we're not going to be snowy enough for Frost Augur to do its thing, but I also feel like we're not really headed towards a Berserker deck. Should we take a Mammoth Growth to just have, I guess it's still playable. It's just so, I love this in the aggro decks I'm talking about, but this is not where we're headed, not with Svella. So, like, this is not a card I'd love to have side by side with Svella. I think they're doing different things. We could hedge on Augur. It just feels like it's like we're so far from. I mean, we could get there, I guess. If I think this is that of a hedge, but this is filler. If we do, yeah, I'd rather have secure, filler. Harbinger was the other choice. But we're a little light on blue. I feel like the red and green are coming through a little more, although, yeah, and Horizon Seeker here is pretty cleanly the pick, especially with the 3-color gearing up. I do like wings, but only like one and only late. I just have trouble prioritizing a wings in the middle packs. It's best of 3. We can actually take a Smashing Success. You don't want to bring this in much, but you do sometimes. Or Raven Form, very similar that way. I guess Raven Form first. Smashing Successes will be readily available. And a single, you know, a Raven Form, a little bit more main deckable than something like a Smashing Success. Pilfering Hawk. Seize the Spoils, yeah, with a 3-color go long, we do want this, right? This is a good call. This is the deck for this. Strong aggro uncommon here. If we decided to start with the Usher, for example, we might have a decent aggro deck going, but we'll pick up, well, now we take a Hawk, I guess, but Hoggy and Hawk are similarly whatever. I guess we're more red-green, though, so I'm going to take the Hoggy first, but neither of those are super appealing to me. Neither of these are either. We'll take a Smashing Success here. I love this name, by the way. I see what they did there. I smash your success. Shackles, not going to happen. I guess I could take in the Giant, but that's not going to happen either. And I almost never take Roots, and I've never had to play one really, and I hope that stays true. Well, I'm going to take Svella number 2, another pack mate, but we're going to try to get reliable Svella going. Building around Svella when you get a second is just great. I see what you're saying, Pajaman. Pajaman likes the Roots if you're doing value lands. Yeah. Smash your own success by running it. Well, this is interesting. Snowland, Raven, Cavalry, Vandal. Probably try and wheel this other Seas. Let's look curve view a little bit here. Yeah, Raven or Vandal seem correct to me. Let's censor best of 3. I do like the Vandal. The Hodge likes the Raven. I was close to the Raven, Hodge, but with best of 3, I actually like the Vandal because there are worlds where if we get 3 of these, we're happy because we bring all 3 in against the opponent that warrants it, right? So I think best of 1, I probably take the Raven as a more generically good playable, but I do like the best of 3 hedge there on the Vandal. Avalanche Collar. We're not hyper snowy yet, but we don't need to be hyper snowy for this to be fine. So we're going to grab that. Yeah, we got a couple of 1/3s for 2 now, and a 1/4 for 3. So we are setting up some defense against early aggro. I think correctly though, Phrasing Boom. I took Svella, and would you have taken the you wanted to Snowland over the Vandal? We're gonna take Waking the Trolls here. That's a great pickup for us. Lindy would be nice. Outrider would be nice, but Waking the Trolls is legit. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Arnie to wheel, but I still stand by not taking Arnie there. Troll. Yeah. Also, we do want to get more snow. And also, this is a lightning rod. Let's say we don't have the snow to support this. people are going to still use premium removal to get it dead before. And also, we already kind of do, again, with the 2 Svelas. So yeah, I like taking the troll. Yeah, I don't even think it's a hedge. We probably play it, and either it's a lightning rod when we can't activate it, or we do find our ice shapers and get some more snow, and we do activate it. Glittering Frost here helps with everything. I'm going to take that over Ice Hide and the Meadow. Meadow is interesting, and if it were not a white snow duel, I would take it, but non-white snow duel, or white snow duel is not going to be a Glittering Frost for us, especially if we can ramp to the Waking. Do we have Arcanist? Man, we've passed 1 million helms. Somebody's getting the helm hookup. Arcanist. No Arcanist connections yet, but there's not much else to take here. The Yeti is underwhelming when we have other ways we're trying to close out a game, like Waking the Trolls now, and Svela. So I think we take Arcanist on the spec. Might even play it even if we don't find a pair of spells for it. We can take a Broken Wings here. Run Ashore also possible, but I think just Wings for the board is going to be more impactful for us than a random main deck Run Ashore, which is okay, but like Wings out of the board can be very powerful against the right decks. Mire, now we're talking. Oh, we're not really doing black, though. This doesn't matter too much. I mean, we might take it, then it helps us splash black if we want. There's also a Pilfering Hawk, another mob. But I think we can pass on a mob or a hawk with another pack to go for a Mire here. And yeah, we may play it with no black. Just a ETB tapped Snow Mountain is probably good enough with the Avalanche Collar. Here we get a Frostpire, though. Another Broken Wings. Another Seize the Spoils, which we could take to give Arcanist something to get, but I like the Frostpire here. Harbinger might see play in this deck, but I feel like we're not early blue. We're trying to be early green-red, so I'm going to take this and throw it in the board for now. Kin Seekers, or maybe even just a Giant as something to ramp to. I'd much rather have Lindy's than Cinderhearts. But if we don't get our Lindy's, I would run this. And we don't have a lot of top end yet, given that we're Glittering Frosting and Svela-ing. Vault Robber, another thing that could ramp and could, you know, I could have taken a null. You're right. I kind of don't see a null Media, but you're right. For best of 3, it's totally fine to bring in the board. I still don't, want to, though, to be honest. I can help it. Well, we took a little fixing in the black direction. Is it worth it for a Necromancer splash? Probably. I love a Behold here. We've passed an Outrider already. Binding would be another way to splash black, but if we're going to splash black, let's take the Necro. Table, will you let us have a Lindy on the wheel? Is Binding just better? I mean, they do very different things. I don't know about just better, Pajaman. They have almost different jobs. I mean, this is literally removal. This is a threat with upside. So that, they're kind of doing different things. I like this Sulphurous Mire. Maybe we're supposed to try to wheel this one, given the other one. We could take Arnie here. Yeah, maybe I'm over, but stuff naturally dies. Let's also get discard works, right? Oh wait, no. What was there's some other one. What am I thinking of? There was one that worked on discard. Tegrid. Oh yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah. Do we even have... I'm taking, obviously, the land... Oh, there's no audio. Oh, that was weird. There was no audio there. I guess I didn't have it focused. Hey, Demon Bolt. Welcome to the team. Another Lindy we're passing, but going to do it for the bolt. Take a Snow Swamp. Take a Disdainful Stroke. Narfi, good enough, though, now that we have 2 Sulphurous Mires. You can take Narfi. One, two, three, 4 Snowlands only, but 2 Svelas, which do crank out ways to return Narfi. Here we're going to take a Behold. Ooh, Highland Forest or Behold. I didn't notice the forest. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Like perfect land, but we are so not drawing cards right now. Like we don't... I've been looking for one of these to pick up. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I really love this land a lot. But I really think we need this Behold. I think Svella helps us with our snow situation enough that we can do that, and then we can even pick up a Slumber Mound here. Hey, nice. This is a nice pickup for us here. I don't care what you think of Behold in terms of whether it's correctly valued by the community. I don't care whether the community over or undervalues the card Behold the Multiverse. I care that our deck does not have the job filled for a card draw. That's what I care about, right? So it doesn't matter that it might be worse than the community thinks. I feel like it's what our deck needs to function better. So that's what my thinking is there. Here we can take a Wither Crown. Return Upon the Tide is not good enough. I'm just rare drafting here. Can even play it. Snow Swamp Wield, but so does a Lindy. We do have Horizon Seeker to fetch this Snow Swamp. But I do think that Cinderheart and Waking, not enough on the high end, and we really, really want a Lindy, right? Let's get one, maybe 2. There was another one that could possibly wheel here. Not really boasting enough for the Raider or being aggro enough for the Raider. We can take a Veil. Seize does give us another Arcanist target. But I like a single Veil here. I think that's fine. Not really doing Great Hall. We could do it on Vault Progress. You can take a Run Ashore too. Run Ashore, best of 3. We'll take that. It might see play. And here is a Snow Swamp we can play. All right, I'm in for that. Could also take this. We are red enough for the Skull Cairn. But I think we want the Swamp to help with the Justify Narfi. We could take a Jarl. I would take Jarl over that other 2 because if we do end up needing to run something like... Because anything with Foretell can be a 2. Yeah, black was pretty open there, huh? Wow. Well, we're short playables, so let's bring in the Run Ashore and call it a deck. Sometimes deck building is easy. What is the... and this is a 14-9? I mean, this is probably our deck here, unless we want to include... like, let's see. The legit considerations here. First, I'll get into, like, this view. Raven Form, Raise, Roots... Main deck Wings, Vault Robber. These are the weaker cards that we could use to fill out this deck. I got to make sure also there's nothing super weak in the main deck itself. Like Breakneck should actually be in this pile, I think. And this isn't even that great. We don't have two things. Like if there's, but it's also okay as a 2/5. I'll put it in this pile though to consider. So those are our choices. We need to cut, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's 15. So 1, 2, 3. So really we're at 12 creatures right now before deciding which of these to include. And we need to run 2 of these. I think I cut Raven Form. Vault Robber does give us a 2, another 2. It's just so underwhelming. Let me see what else. Let me move some Foretells to 2 so we understand what we really have to do on turn 2. Because that's the main thing, right? Is like, what do you have to do? And the answer is still not much, but a little bit better, right? But still, maybe that's not enough such that we do need to include a Vault Robber. I really don't like this card, but occasionally it ramps, and that could matter here. And we can cut it if Oppo's not aggro. Yeah, right now we need to survive to our good stuff, so we'll do this to make sure we can, and then if we don't need this, we can cut it. Yeah, let's cut Roots. I put it in there as a possibility, but I'm not running Roots over over, say, Broken Wings even. And I don't think we want Breakneck. I think it's not the plan. And then Frostpire. Do we have early Giant? Like, can this Giant, if this can be 4 mana, Shapeshifter would do it. This would do it. Mistwalker does it. Horizon Seeker doesn't. So there's some things that could make Arcanist a 4-drop, but not a ton. Oh, it's not finding anything. That's why I'm. But it is a 2/5 potentially for 4. But that's why it's over here on the cut list, and I think we have to cut it. There's just not like if we had a really thick stack of changelings that were really going to make this a 4 mana 2/5, you could get me behind it, but it's not going to be a 4 mana often enough to justify. So then Broken Wings. Well, I don't love Raise in a 13 creature deck, but it does provide some creatures back, given that you're not super creature dense. The other thing I don't like about Raise when we're playing things like Robber is that this is trying to exile creature cards. I don't know if anything else is doing that in our deck. I guess Vandal is. So, you know, Robber and Vandal are just non-bows with Raise in ways that I don't like in a creature-light deck. So I think I'm going to cut the Raise. There's so many Broken Wings targets that I think a Broken Wings and a Mass Vandal main is just fine. So we're there. Now let's check our mana. We have a lot of mana because this is going to be 17 and we have 2 Svelas so, and a Glittering Frost, but we are trying to go do big things, so that's cool. Yeah, that's a good point, Tomato. Doesn't seem like we match on types enough to get 2. So get 2 Svelas, sure. There's enough, maybe a couple Warriors. We do have some Shapeshifters, you know, this and anything, right? I like the classic 15 plus for double Raise Dead effect, but I think Tomato makes the salient point there that it's not even just about whether your creature count, it's about whether you are likely to get 2 things back when you do it. Let's check our colors. Red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 natural red, 4, 5 natural blue, 5 natural green is UGG, and black, we're going to play all of our black sources, so we need to bring the red down and increase. Yeah, there's another greedy mana base that's going to better or worse, you know. We'll see how it goes. Oh wow, is there no... Somehow, like, we have like all this red, but no basic mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, these are basic. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, I could cut a basic mountain out, but nope, actually can't. So yeah, we could cut. What was our last ad? The broken wings. We could cut a broken wings and do that, and we would do that because we also have 2 spell lands. So if we think of these as spells that we're using a land slot to play, we don't actually have as much land as we think. Well, Swaggy really wants the broken wings. I can't. Oh no, don't do that. Better save it. Yeah, we could cut Vault Robber over the wings, but... I don't know. Maybe courage isn't even the word. Maybe you're just being correct, Darkstar. Tell you what, I'll cut Robber. That leaves us at 39. This is an 18 lander now. All right, so this is 18 land. I haven't settled on the land yet. I might cut more islands here. But I'm going to do, I could use a bio break before we start, so I'm going to do a poll for the final include. Well, you get to vote right now, Mike. So you want Robber or Wings is, broken wings. Those are our final choices. You want Run to, sure, I'll put, oh, you want to cut Run Ashore. Nah, I'm going to leave that there. I think this is your choice. We're going to do one of these. People are a little worried about Run Ashore being double blue. That's fair, but it's a 6-drop, and we've got the double Ice Shaper. I might even cut more islands. We could cut Run Ashore and trim our islands further. That would be a way to tighten the deck a little bit. Sounds like people want the Wings over the Robber, at least as a starting point, though. I don't feel like this is going to be that much of a problem at 6 mana, but we can also wait and make sure that this is a good effect for our opponent. I don't think so, D. This has some greed to its mana, but by trimming that blue away and focusing on the red-green base, this is fine with double Svella and the Horizon Seeker and all the other duels. It's fine. Fine. So then what are we bringing in? Well, that's why I cut it all from the deck, so you could see that we had one more to add, but that's all right. I will. Looks like we're gonna get both anyway. We'll do that, and I'm actually gonna audible and cut the Run Ashore. And then we'll call this Waking the Trolls. Wake up. Shaping. We got Shape Up. Let's call it Shape Up. Here, exclamation point. Media likes the Run Ashore. Yeah, I get it. We're quibbling, not quibbling. We are discussing the final slot. It's going to be... One of us is wrong. The time-traveling supercomputer knows what the perfect build of this pool is. We don't. We're going to try this one. Am I happy with land, though? I wasn't sure. I might need to cut islands down. That was the idea there. Because then we go 1, 2, 3 sources. Well, maybe that's not enough. Maybe we do need the other island, but I really like 8 green at least here. That's my worry. Like the Svella, double Svella provides us some sources here. Yeah, I think we want 8 forest, but we want Nyx forest, right? 2 island, 8 forest. Yeah, well, Frostfire Arcanist isn't in the deck, right? So all good. Well, oh, the land, gotcha. Well, let's see. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the giant. It's still, I'm still going to do it. It's only, the only cost is a red source entering tapped, and with Svella, it's just so powerful. I'm gonna run it. The cost is pretty low. It's not nothing. It's basically 1 mana. The cost is 1 mana because that Mountain Ender's tapped instead of not, but that 1 mana can really matter on certain turns, right? Anyway, let's get going. We'll do a par poll here. No green yet, but tap land on 1 into a couple things to behold, or a robber into a couple things to behold makes this an easy keep. Woohoo! We got our turn 2 robber, just like we wanted. I suppose if they put down a usher on 1, I'll be like, yes, turn 2 robber. Yeah, Berserker on 2, or even the pup on 1. No, yeah, I know exactly, right, Rob? That's the problem. That's why I don't like it. Well, they're showing the color, but not the card. We'll go with Mire over Frostpire. At least it gives us a second color and more snow for whatever that's worth. Oh yeah, sure. I reset the record, but not the format. All right, Robert, you're pulling your weight so far. Block, 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 block. Next turn we have tap land and foretell to use all of our mana. That's nice. Yeah, Picker Helm would be sad times, but then I guess we just bolt soon enough. Yeah, it's a little rough, but that just gives us a 2-for-1 bolt target. We'll do that. Well, 1 for 2, 1.75, something like that. No, no land untapped to play it though, so they're going to get in another hit. We're going to play the Ford and foretell the bolt. Yeah, I could chump with the robber so that the vandal does work, but of course we don't have green yet, so I don't like that plan. I'm going to send in and just take another smack from this weenie. This is a scary card, but it is an artifact, so we have a plan for the Vandal now. Little bit getting laughed at, but we still can use all our mana. This is what I do love about the Foretell mechanic. We really only have one of our main colors in red and green, but we're going to be able to cast the Foretell, the Behold. So we get to land, Foretell, and bolt this turn. And I'm going to bolt while shields are down. Although, no, I should bolt. I'm going to risk it and bolt on upkeep so that the 1/1 soldier token can't attack. Now we have a 1/3, so it doesn't really matter, but it is going to grow. Oh, it doesn't die into a dwarf, right? So okay, this is not going to grow on the token, but still, I think it's worth it to give him the upkeep and try to do it on upkeep. We think they will. I'm just saying, right now this blocks. Maybe it'll still block. I don't know how many white dwarfs there are. I guess there's a lot of white dwarfs in Kaladesh. I haven't really. I think of dwarf as a. Oh yeah, there are a lot of white dwarfs, right? It's like kind of the red-white tribe in the format. Berserker dwarves in red and warrior dwarves in white. No blocks. Well, gentlemen.
Look and behold! 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 Whoa! Hell yes, whoa!
No green. Do we want this? I think we have to go searching for green, right? I think the Mistwalker is a good card. Maybe we keep the Mistwalker? Yeah, we could just cast this right now. Yeah, maybe that one needs to cut a little bit. I'll talk to Duncan about that. I'm going to keep. Because we can play this right now, and I can block with the Changeling, and if it dies, then we can actually get green, so this is okay. We're a little low here. I don't love this, but... Well, that's a Changeling. I keep forgetting to do this one. Oppo drops the sword. So, kind of like chumping with the Mistwalker to guarantee. Oh, but it doesn't guarantee because it's a filter, not a. Like we can make a token, but it costs us 1. So unless we draw a basic, we're not guaranteed to Lindy. That's what I was trying to figure out. If we could effectively chump to guarantee Lindy, maybe I should have dug for green. I don't know. The clock started winding down, so I made the call. But this is close at 9 life. Like going to 5 is very dangerous with hasty capabilities from cavalry. And if we do find a basic, we can run the play I'm talking about, right? So I'm going to risk it. Yeah, that didn't work out exactly, but we do have an Avalanche Caller, and we can still make the green. Let's see. Now I got to figure out what we do have mana for, because we filter 1. We have 5 total. We could filter 1 and Glittering Frost. Yeah, I think we still need to set up the Frost. I think we just might be dead. We need to get Narfi down here. Narfi blocks, but I think they're just going to start equipping, and then it's going to be big trouble here. I think we're up against it, gang. And yeah, we can do Vandal to... Vandal kills this. We probably just need to Vandal kill the 4/4, right? Yeah, so let's get that going on. Now, I have 0 hourglasses. We know we need to do this to even have a chance. So let's start there. And then I like Glittering Frost onto one of the other lands. Let's do this one. Into Vandal. Oh, I can't. I blew it. I couldn't. Oh, can we? Yeah, I can't do it all. Sorry. I screwed it up. I was at 0 hourglasses, gang. I had to flail. So how do we do that then? Was there no way to do it? I mean, we only had 1 creature, so I don't. We needed 2 green there, and both of these needed an exile. So I don't. Maybe it just wasn't doable, and I went down a path that didn't have an exit strategy. We're gonna give up this one. I might have been a chat punt, but it's kind of me punt for not having the time to think through it, and then I think we were just dead. Yeah, I don't think there was a line there that was going to save us, given, you know, let's see, like we could have put the collar out, but look what they were about to do. I mean, knowing what was coming, we didn't really have a chance here. So need to get down low earlier, but need to do it with cards we can cast. So just like throwing blue cards in here doesn't make sense to me. I did want 9 green. That would have been nice. Maybe one of the islands we found could have been. But I think it's also just the greed level of the deck. I don't know if we can do too much. I want a Berserker in just because it blocks earlier than, like... boy, we need to cut something. Yeah, that's true. This is a little wheel spinny for us. I like that, Mike. That's reasonable. I was trying to find some, like, higher cost creature, but really just getting rid of some of the... wheel spin card flow stuff makes sense there. We are going to keep in our Broken Wings. Plenty of targets there. I mean, Waking the Trolls is slowish, but the trouble is, what at this point, I like taking out the seas. That makes a lot of sense to me. Now we're at the point where if we thought this was, quote, too slow, well, then what are we bringing in and why? And what is it doing to help us? Yeah, Frostpire is an interesting... Like, maybe Frostpire is better than Hoggy Mob. Although Hoggy Mob can start picking off the... I think this is fine, though. I like bringing in the bigger butt. Or the... It's only slightly bigger. Maybe Hoggy Mob is still correct, right? Like, a 2/5 is not that much better than a 5/4. And a 5/4 can attack and ping. I don't like that swap. We'll see how it goes, but I'm regretting that particular move. Well, another Vault Robber on 1. At least we have Forest this time. We're going to keep. Well, Oppo is Mold. That's not the worst. Yeah, Veil could be good here now that we actually have the green. We'll see what we find on 3. If no change to the hand of significance, we get at least Robber and then Foretell Bolt and then hold up Veil. Although we don't have a third land by the time we're holding up Vale, we're in serious trouble. Yeah, I suppose we could have foretold. I don't know. I like getting the robber out, but maybe it doesn't matter. Hey, look, I guess we're the aggro. Let's just do this. Who's the aggro? Pretty soon, Oppo, I bet. But right now, right now, I bet they attack. I would. You're still aggro, Oppo. We just had a window, that's all. Yeah, Mike would love to get this Necro down and then bolt something because of the combo. That's certainly the plan. Kind of hope they kill our... Like, maybe no matter what happens here, I think we try to stay back and trade Berserker for Berserker to turn on Vault Robber for finding black for the Necromancer. And to that end, make sure auto tap doesn't screw me. It does not. Which is to say I want Snakeskin Veil and not Demon Bolt, because again, we're trying to save the Bolt for post Necromancer. I like sending the Berserker... Well, I guess they Helm up, and then Snakeskin doesn't get it done, Vault Robber plus Helm, but we can leave the Berserker back and... blocking still gets it done versus the Helm. So I'm going to stay back and play the role that I think we are, which is actually the controlling role here. Ashley says race. I just don't think we are well positioned to race with a couple of dead cards in our hand in a race. Like I guess we have Bolt, and Provoke does go to the face, so there's that. Yeah, interesting choice. Ashley and Skeptical Hat are thinking we should just try to win the race there. I'm falling into the role assignments that I expected from the matchup, figuring that I don't know if we can maintain that aggression. And I would love a trade here. Like Berserker for Berserker would be fantastic. And Berserker for Spell, less fantastic, but we'll see. What do you mean? I mean, I still single block. Why are we worried about... Yeah, just... I, too, have difficulty adding short columns of small numbers. War Furnace. Well, there you go. You just saw that coming, right? And now, do we double block? Probably no, because it's a 2 for 3-ish, but then they get the equipment still and the 1/1. Might just Veil here and make the trade. Yeah, we could just bolt it, but I mean, the idea is to try and get this Necromancer down. It's either, we can either do the Veil block and get the Necromancer going, or do what you're suggesting and just bolt. I mean, I may have fancy play syndrome here trying to get the Necromancer out over just saying, look, we can remove the thing, right? Could still have Run Amok. Yeah, we could double block and then see if they... But, there's no need to even put the robber at risk. Yeah, with that, you know, if they have the double strike card, I don't know. I'm going to try our play, because if they have something, like, we're worried about them blowing us out, okay, well, then let's try and set it off. And then if it goes awry, we have the Demon Bolt follow. So I'm going to do that. I'm not worried about the double strike. I'm talking about like +3/+3. I mean, the point is there are tricks that matter here, is my point. So now we can Vault Robber at the end of their turn and have Bolt ready. Yeah, Tron, you got to be a little faster on the Magic God requests there. Yeah, there's basically been two lines we could have taken this game. Pedal to the metal and just try to win the aggro race, or embrace the long game and just try to make it to our long game. And yeah, I'm not expecting to get the token with that, but we might have to. I mean, if we don't find flying defense or a flyer of our own or whatever, but ostensibly we're going to provoke and bolt something else and get Value Town, right? That's the idea. Nice thing is we do get to Bolt and Necromancer next turn. Hey, that's going to be a nice Bolt. Might have still trouble racing the 2/2 Spirit, but we'll see. And a land to play. Not a bad time to have this draw back, and we just, in fact, boy, this board suggests we could even wait and just try to wipe him out with this, but I still like our plan. I'm going to stick with the plan here. And we'll attack. Hopefully, no reason not to there. That's interesting. I guess 3 power up there helps, but what's going on here? This is +1/+1 from the coal. So they are just trying to get there on that. We need to... The trouble is, even if we get rid of coal, this is now a 4/4, which is out of provoke range. So yeah, we're actually still up against it here. We can... By killing coal, we're going to get an extra turn. But that's all. That's basically all we got, right? And unfortunately, we can't provoke and liberate this turn. But we also can't... We must provoke coal this turn, or we have a 2-turn clock instead of a 3. Obviously, a huge difference. If this is land, we're winning the race right now. I'm not thinking that it is, but, you know, if it is. I think it's easy to say that, Rob, but honestly, if we take a different line way back where we decided not to attack, the whole game is different, right? I feel like it's hard to say that, well, if we just done this on turn 3 or whatever, that that we would be in a much better spot. We don't know where the game would be if we had taken such a drastically different line as from offense to... Whoop. Well, just when I thought we had the clock back on our side, Oppo says, you lose. And we do. All right. O2 done. Oh, yeah, Pyre still doesn't do it, though. GYZ wanted to Pyre, which I should have remembered we had, but it kills this, but not this, and we're dead to the 4 in the air. But good call. I forgot to at least consider if there was an out somewhere there. Oh, and this is why I don't like best of 3 is in this way. We were talking about this before. I forget who it was. Maybe it was Fenor. I don't know. Somebody, Media, somebody in chat did an AMA of like the best of 1, you know, clean number of matches versus play until, right? Yeah, Media. And I was saying how there's different feels for both of those structures, and we're feeling the feel bad of this particular structure. Yes, we have 3 guaranteed matches, but right away, immediately, we cannot max win. Right? We're out of being able to max win. Whereas if we were in a premier event right now, even though we started with a loss, even though we started with 2 losses, we would still be able to say, but we can still max win. And I really do like the ability to say, but we can still max win, even when I've lost. But with best of 3, we cannot. We're done with even the potential of max win, and that bums me out a bit. Exactly. Best of 1 has different sets of feel bads. It's a trade-off. But that's one of the feel bads of best of 3 is starting out with a loss and feeling like, well, what am I playing for? I mean, we know what we're playing for, but you know what I mean? Well, I feel like I gotta keep this, but this could get ugly. I mean, but with this mana, we gotta keep and hope we draw. But the good thing with this mana is all I'm asking for is some early action. And our worst case is we don't get early action, we get some lands, in which case we at least play Hoggy Mob. I don't know. Yeah, it's an unhappy keep, but I just can't pass this mana. If they go aggro on us, though, brace yourselves. Yeah, that's tough. Yikes! Bring out the Pyroclasm land. Yeah, when you can get both especially, that's pretty powerful. Hey, Waking the Trolls, we like that. Maybe not here. Sad, no creature yet. Rob says we dead. It's definitely uncomfortable, Rob. I am definitely uncomfortable. Although I'm happy that Oppo misplayed their Firewalker. All right, all we can do is struggle. The struggle is real. We could hold up Broken Wings, but we're not going to get as much value out of this as the struggle. And Rob may be prescient here. We kept a risky one, and I said, no aggro, please. We got aggro, and fortunately we didn't get run over aggro. Like, we're actually pretty lucky we're not just straight dead right now. And we're lucky that they're finding a Master Scald on their Firewalker number 1. Hey, we didn't even foretell on 2, which is one of the problems here. But we do have Hoggy Mob hoping to stabilize. Demon Bolt might be the better play since we were like guaranteed to be able to bolt. Although I think we still need to make them have an answer to the mob here. If we drew a basic land though, we would have mob plus Snakeskin Veil, which would help, and we could take the time to kill one of these. You just want we could board wipe next turn though. That would be the plan. Do we have? I don't think we have the tools though. We need blue for that. We don't have that yet. Yeah, I think you're right, Timnos. We just got a mob and prey. Really weird auto modding there. I had to permit the term rye. I almost don't even want to know what RY is being filtered for. And that's why mob was the risky play, right? Our first creature is likely to get removed that way, and now we face that problem. Glittering Frost Bolt means we are...
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
We're mostly. Definitely mostly. Well, if it's run amok, that's pretty good, because we get to bolt them, right? Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, run amok. They get to run amok us. Well, survive the run amok threat. Can we survive next turn? Maybe they'll just dump a bunch of 2 toughness because they're not reading the land. Oh, maybe we're just dead. Well, this format is kicking my butt, I gotta say. I mean, I've had some success, but I think overall my numbers are a lot lower. Timing out, Rob. Go sit in the corner, Rob. That was fast? No, Rob's been hitting me all day long. Or you mean that loss was fast? Maybe the loss was fast, yes. Well, we could say Cinder out, but it's not like... I mean, we can do the same thing we did before, basically. Bring in a Berserker, cut the seas. But you start to say, ditch the Cinderheart. It's like, for what? I mean, do you want to bring in a Frostpire Arcanist for a little earlier? I kind of like the wheel spinner out and just leave the high end. Hope we get there. What else is there to do? Smashing success, too clunky even for potential artifacts here, at least these artifacts. Well, Phil, we may not need to bail. If we lose the next game, we get pre-bailed. Bailed. All right, I'm just gonna run this. Okay, Well, this has some potential. Did you remember that we drafted Svelas? I'm starting to remember. Two of them, Tron. Two. We could Svella. We could also Horizon Seek, though, and send this in next turn to be sure we get a basic to play next turn. We can also Svella and know that we can make an ice token next turn if we want to do that instead. I think I like Horizon Seeker here. It also baits removal ahead of Svella. So if they do have a Demon Bolt they want to use, let's let them use it on a Horizon Seeker and not Svella. Or the Avalanche Caller. And we do have a Snowland, so we can threaten a 4/4 Hexproof. I just don't think that's the right thing to do with our mana early here. That screams something's up because we've got the Avalanche Caller, although they may be saying, well, I'm happy to trade with the Seeker, and it bounces off the Caller, so that's fine. I actually think with that, like, I'm not super concerned about the Caller. I kind of like trading for something out of their hand now, as opposed to letting it devastate Svella or Narfi or something later. People want no blocks. I'm actively wanting to bait out stuff from their hand, and they don't have something like Jarl that's just like free value. So I don't think the Caller is super important to us. As important to us as the other stuff going on in our hand even. So I'm calling. All right, bluff called. Well, now we can play Svella and and actually put her at risk. Now they're probably going to block with the Shield Mate and trade for the Seeker. Given they're being aggro, though, and that we really need land, I like that. That's fine. We'll be able to find another snow for the Avalanche Caller as well. And we do have black already, so I'm going to go with Mountain number 2. Or red number 2. I guess this is a mountain, right? Too bad we didn't have just one Foretell card to throw in exile there. Lindy, we'll try and get to you eventually, but it's Svella time.
Hey, Stella! Can't you hear me yell?
Bob Ross. Oh, deck. You're so funny. Isn't our deck funny? I think it's funny. Ha 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 ha. Oh, only 18 lands, a Frost Aura, and 2 Svellas. So I guess we're just blocking with Svella. and making a thingy. Yeah, we got 4/4 activation that should scare him pretty good. Five-3 here with 7 total power. We're going to snap block. Actually, we just get to block it. We can Broken Wings the equip, so that's nice. Yeah. We don't get our mana rock, but we get a dead Firewalker. Get a 2-for-1 off of Broken Wings. Well, I think we got to hard cast this looking for land. Right? Anybody disagree? I mean, we could foretell it, but I don't know. I don't know what that does. Let's try and find it. Yeah, okay, there we go. Couple of lands. Close in on Lindy. Wake the Trolls. Can activate and foretell. Yeah, but then I have a tapped Svella, and I actually really want to put Svella in harm's way, because if they succeed in getting rid of her, we have a backup plan. And they're not attacking. That's fantastic. Let's just Lindworm here. We could or we could just get the Trolls going. The trouble is we're actually keeping pace on lands here such that we might want to wait a little bit on Trolls and see if we get farther ahead on land. I'm going to go with big stable. Get the pillar out so I can Pyroclasm. You mean start making these? We don't have the Pyroclasm land. Yeah. I was confused there, but now we see. Another land says we can just go Cinderheart Giant after sending in Lindy. Like, let's see. Lindy, what's going to happen to Lindy? Triple block, 3-for-1 is on the surface of things. So if we're going to play the Giant, let's go ahead and send Lindy first, though. Or we could stay back. Do you think we're getting aggressive with Lindy? Are we willing to trade Lindy off here? It does set up we get another big jump. Yeah, let's do it, because then it does clear the way for this even bigger one, right? We got a lot of beef behind. They're not even interested. Suggest they probably have some go wide pump, like their whole team could get pumped and maybe get us in. Manolith and Hagi has been called as another alternative. Interesting line, Rob. I still want to threaten to block with Svella, though, so I'm going to just do the au natural. So, like, this is, I want, let them do it. Obviously, they're going to do something here, but I say, go for it. Yes, use your tricks or whatever. Oh, maybe they're just trying to get, okay, they could also just be throwing away, trying to get a draw. So that's great for us if they're at that stage. If they're like, we need to suicide attack to find options, then Oppo does not think that they are ahead. Well, if we're worried about Doomscar, we could play Narfi, and then we're one snow, like Svella, and then we can get Narfi back. Yeah, lots of options here, but I think we start with the attacking with the big stuff. Yeah, true. We can also start Avalanche Calling. Boy, a lot of options here, a lot of options. But I do like, yeah, we can wake the trolls to get rid of their mana first. Let's do that. I like that. I'm going to do that. Could even, I guess they don't have anything foretold, so it's not going to be like a Demon Bolt. Just those two. Plains number 2, Doomscar. Actually, if that happens, we have a great follow. Very good. Hey, we won one. That was our first win with this deck, so I'll take it. Now let's see if we can get a second and keep playing with it. Any changes on the draw? You can see how I didn't want to pull this. Like, even though obviously this is not an ideal opener card or whatever, we do need to eventually achieve our game plan to win, which does mean casting this stuff. And if we had obvious, great low-down blockers, then maybe we would, like, but again, I put Arcanist in over Hoggy Mob last time, and that felt wrong, so... Yeah, I don't want land destruction. If they showed us some incredible, like, I guess they did show us a couple of, if this were an instant, sorry, if this were an instant, oh, it is an instant. Well, okay, we can get artifacts mid-combat. As you saw, that is reasonable. But I feel like if we draw too much of our interaction like this and not enough of our baseline stuff, like, I would have to cut something Broken Wingsy like for it anyway. I'm not going to get rid of creatures for this, so I think we just send in. We just send back here. We got this. Keepable here, we have Glittering Frost and 2 lands. Any land, and we can Frost on 3. So it's a keep, although we don't have immediate defenses. So we'll see how fast they get off the starting line here. But we have to take the chance that we find our 3rd land. That's pretty fast off the starting line. That is not what we want to see in our opener. Yeah, Seeker on 3 could be the right play too. There's our red. So now we can just Svella on 3. Put him to that question. Can you handle a 2/4? Perfect curve out for Oppo given our start though. And now it comes to this, as things often do, pivotal turns. If Svella holds off this team, we're in fantastic shape. If Oppo picks off Svella, we're basically dead. It comes down to that. I mean, we can provoke next turn if such. If we lose Svella, we might have to provoke Breakneck, and then we still have a chance. But if they just stop here, if we just completely put on the brakes, fantastic for us, right? So that's cool. What do we want to do here? We can't... we can play Forest and have Provoke up in the face of all this, and then... but we could also Glittering Frost. If we Glittering Frost, we have no 2-drop to play as a follow. Yeah, I like Forest and Provoke up given the tense nature of this situation, and then we have the fallback plan of Svella make a Manolith if Provoke is not used. Tapland and Seeker, another interesting play. I don't hate that either, Rob. Or T-Dot. I think that's fine. But I do like that if they... Yeah, now we're in a spot where I'm so glad we kept up the Provoke, because we get to make our blocks and Provoke. Although if they have... I guess they can't... They don't have 5 mana for the +2/+1 team. But we're going to hope that we blow them out here with a Provoke. They might just be trading off, in which case we'll Provoke. Yeah, it looks like they're just willing to give up Berserker for damage. So we're going to go ahead and Provoke the Pup. Yeah, we could... You want to just Manolith? Do we have the time? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go to 5. I think 8 damage is too much. Not yet, D, on my list. So we won't do that today. I don't know what you're saying not to, Nox. I think we got to Provoke. We could Provoke a Shield Mate, but then it gives them another 1/1. Let's Provoke the Pup. All right, now we have Meyer into Forest. Next turn, Lindy, and this turn... Well, actually, this turn we can go Forest, Glittering Frost, Horizon Seeker, and next turn Lindworm anyway, so let's do that. Yeah, Seeker for blocker. We have yet to make a mana... Like, so far Svella has been a 2/4 for us, which has been very good. Like a 2/4 for 3 has been kind of what we needed against all these aggro opponents, but the rest of the rules text has been blank for us. And they're in the tank, so hopefully that's good news. Armory, what does this take? 5 total mana, 4 mana, and then tap it. Narfi comes down in a bit as well, but we're going to lind it up here, I think. We could offer a Seeker. What does that do? It takes us off... no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it puts us on... We can do Mob instead of Worm, but I like getting the Worm here. Let's just not mess around. Worm it up. Get some life. Stay back. Yeah, Seeker gets land, but I don't care about that right now. I care about getting to 12, getting a nice blocker. This is fine. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're a basic land away from Shapen without even needing a Manolith. Yeah, I like the Mob on this board too. I just like securing our life total and then getting going with that, which will probably, like, I'd rather just Mob and not, even if we find a basic land, I'm not going to Svella, because, like, what are we Svelling for? We need something like Mob. However, we can Svella and and Mob. We just have a tapped Svella, which I think is fair here. And are we... I'm going to say we're not aggro. I'm going to keep the Lindworm back, and I am going to make a Manolith and a Mob, though. And now, next turn, we really threaten their board position with the Mob. They don't even have air. I mean, if they come up with some, yeah, it sure will. So again, you know, we can go for free Svella value and make hay while the sun is shining, as Marsh likes to say, but we can also just play both of these, pump stuff. Yeah, understandable. This seems like it should, but it just makes an angel that has the flying. We're gonna do this. You like Narfi and Manalith over Narfi and Mistwalker? Why not Mistwalker? But I do like, we can go Narfi and have the mob pings ready still. Oh, it's a zombie, yeah, it helps with that. I could have played this after combat, but I'm gonna send mob and leave back the worm. This is not an aggressive attack. This is a start whittling away their board. Like, I like getting rid of that pup. Let's get rid of that pup. But also see how they block, because they could mess up blocks and put one of their 1 toughness on the mob as an essential component of the kill. Yeah, they trade off with the shield mate. We get the pup. They're spending mana, moving stuff around. This is fine. Because now the thing with the equipment is dead, and oh, sorry, Rock Before Bows. Thank you, guys. I missed it. It's okay. It shouldn't matter too much, but I definitely should have done that. My bad. We do have a blocker. If we had made the Manalith, we'd be down a Svella, but that doesn't really matter. I should have done it, just missed it. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can almost Mistwalker and Svella, but not quite. So instead, we Mistwalker and be prepared to... is it enough? It's not enough. Svella's 8, yeah. So we'll set up for it, though. Yeah, true enough, East. That last misplay is costing us a Svella activation. You like hold land for pumps? What do you mean? I'm a little nervous about sending anything in, although I suppose we could. We have plenty of blocks on the ground, and we can bring Narfi back. So yeah, that's fair. Oh, sorry, yeah, too late anyway, but I should have sent in Narfi. So I'm definitely not playing this game optimally. We'll see if we can still hold the line and get there, but definitely making some suboptimal choices along the way. Punting our way to profit is the name of the game here on Going Optimal. Who are you and what have you done with D? The correct response from you is to complain that the punting has been turned off. But I appreciate your empathy? Question mark? Whoa. Well, stalled board now. I like, well, we could Svella now, but Svella at end of turn. And yeah, we'll send Narfi. I'll remember to do that now. Should I play the land? I feel like we're doing enough where with Svella going off and everything, we should probably just openly say, yeah, don't have anything in hand. We're going to activate Svella and make sure that if we draw our card draw, we're not wishing we had more land in play. Sword on Flyer kills Mistwalker, but it kills their flyer, so that's fair. And we also have Svella to surprise him mid-combat with something, maybe. I mean, the thing is, you can Svella and find like hey, maybe we'll Svella and find another Svella. Yeah, Svella into another Svella. Ready? Here we go. Not quite. But which of these monsters do we want? Oh, we've got to go with the land destruction. They might scoop to that. I think they're just getting desperate now. That's my read here, so we'll accept that desperation and have some snacks. Almost feels like they're giving up. Is this just a scoop attack? Yeah, attack with 40 creatures. War Furnace has it figured out. All of these win combat, which is what I want. Call it good. Yeah, what is that? Why didn't they attack with that? I don't know what this is about. Maybe they have some way to get us from 5? Doesn't feel like it. Well, we're going to keep the Mistwalker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we can Breakneck and Svella. So we get... Oh, we can't even Svella now, though, so that doesn't matter. So we're just going to Breakneck. Yeah, good call, Mike. So Oppo making some... Maybe we should have done some math, and I should have blocked a bigger thing, like gone ahead and trade the Seeker, so that we're not dead to a Valkyrie. That probably would have been correct to keep us at 6 life. I just didn't really do that math. Yeah, that's true. I suppose they don't really have all the tools needed. Like, what are they going to do? Get... Yeah, I don't think they have the combo. Lethal with Mistwalker Pump. Well, let's check it out. So if we go 3 here... and here, and here, and here, and here, and they don't block 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So they do have to block. They block something, though, and then they have a win on the crackback, so can't do that. Can't send everything, but we'll send at least Narfi. Walker Pump wins, but what do you mean? But they blocked the Walker. Oh, that's 16? Oh, yeah. So I have 2. I also need to not panic. I have 2 hourglasses. I can actually think about this. So is it lethal? But then, but the point is then they block the Lindworm, right? So I send everything. They block Lindy instead. They're not dead. And then... is that still 16? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Can we pump 4 times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can pump 4 times. Okay. Had to do the math. We can pump 4 times. That's the magical math I was missing. I really approached solving that problem incorrectly. I should have... I was all thinking about the Mistwalker Valkyrie interactions. I needed to start with, if they block our biggest thing, a 6/6, can we produce lethal outside of that? And if I just started there, I would have found the answer here a lot sooner. I want to get All of my non-blue going, so that everything else is blue. All right, we found it, gang. Good work. But yeah, my mentality on even thinking through that combat situation was a little off. You should just really ask yourself, okay, if they have one blocker, do we have lethal? Let's start by assuming they block our biggest threat. Do we have lethal past that? Yeah, I had time to think about it. All right. Well, we get to play for some gems. That's good. I think we can get 1,000 gems out of this deck. Some things break our way a little bit here. You still here, Timber? Yeah, because Clara's looking up the song she wanted to recommend. Well, this is not a keep. I mean, Ice High Troll activate is nice and everything, but 6 lands is no good. Are you literally keeping there, East? I don't think we can keep that. That didn't feel like a keep to me. This is a keep, though. Get rid of the giant. I think you're asking for a lot there, gang. I get it, but that hand is so likely to flood out. That's real tough for me to keep that.
Hey, you want to try saying them or should I?
Yeah, Timber. This is Clara wants to say this is her recommendation, or we can type it in. Let's see. Maybe I'll link it. Although I need to focus here too. Let's do.
Sorry, I'll text. Oh, Spotify.
Can't do anything on 2 anyway, so this is fine. And what is it called?
What?
Here, come over here, and I want to put it in here.
Okay.
Or you type it.
Where?
See, we're searching for it.
I doubt it's on Spotify, but where is it? There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, that's one of them. Let's see if they have the other one.
All right.
They do.
This is Clara's suggestion back for Timber on the J-pop track. So we're gonna drop the island so we can seize and try and get out of this. We've faced literally 3 for 3 on aggro. It's a little frustrating. We have a clear pitch, though. We're gonna get. I mean, I guess you could make an argument for wanting a backup Svella, but I think we got to play like Svella's gonna land here and ditch Svella number 1. Also, it gives us a Masked Vandal exile. East wants the backup Svella. I'm going to be greedy since we are up against it. I think we need to try and be a little bit lucky. She's already gone, D. But I think the answer is no. Unless it happens to show up on shuffle or whatever. So 5 mana we could just drop a mob. Still up against a lot here. You like Forest Svella? Save the treasure? What are we saving the treasure to accomplish, though? How are we going to not lose to the Courser? We can... We can mass Vandal away this. All right, then let's go Pyre, Svella. But if we want, oh, sorry, I screwed it up. I was thinking we had more green than we do. Well, I screwed it up, but I'm not gonna mess it up further. We need to get Svella out. So had to use the treasure because of my playing of this land. I was thinking we had green and didn't think it through, but this is all right. So now we're gonna keep Svella alive and go ahead and Vandal the Wither Crown. Revitalize, not a great card, but it does help in the draw 2 situation if that's what they're up to. Yeah, we got to deal with the flyer, but here's the thing. We could use the Vandal to get rid of the Valor instead of the Wither Crown, but we're still just dead to a 2/2 flyer anyway, so I would rather... Oh yeah, that's true. We can set up Vandal into Pyre. That's fair. Do we have the tools for that? 2 blue. We do have the blue. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 6 total mana though, so we do need to find another mana. But we can go Vandal and Svella, so we can do it. Yeah. Let's do that. Oh yeah, we can struggle too. So I'm thinking I didn't even see my draw. Yeah, we can struggle now. So let's do that. You like Vandal Pyre? Well, we got a Vandal start here anyway. Yeah, we can still do the play as advertised, and then I'm gonna do it this way. So this is me choosing the line of struggle plus land to solve this problem instead of the other line that was being discussed, basically. We have time, though. I know. We have a Behold, though. Like, we're going to kill this. It's going to go down to be a 1/1. Like, we'll get there. I think we have time. And I didn't want to make a rock again, because, I want the Ice Shaper up on D there. That's interesting, too. The open mana means maybe we should... Yeah, this is a little bit Provoke would be safer here. So I think we're going to provoke. And it's an instant, so we can provoke their upkeep. And we can, I guess we can rock provoke because, no, we can't. We don't have the mana, right? It's 3, and then we only have 3. So rock provoke doesn't get it done. But we can, yeah. I think we provoke on upkeep. I'm worried about this too. I don't know. I'm feeling not playing very well here. But now I feel like provoke is where we need to be. So that the 1/1 spirit token can't attack us this turn. And before they draw. I mean, it's a risk, Mike, but we got to take some risks. Risk it for the biscuit, etc. All that good stuff. Yeah, we could. I guess we could have struggled with provoke backup. That maybe would have been fine, but here we are. Yeah, I keep not making manoliths when I should. Is this one of those spots? I don't think I have to figure that out now. We can struggle first. And great. Now we can Hoggy Mob and try and take this game over. You Manolith? I'm mobbing, man. Mob it. Kill this thing before they get going again. Yeah, get trolls on. Lot to do, though. Complicated situation with Svella, because you get this 8-mana temptation of pulling the slot machine wheel for 8 mana, as opposed to just using what you've got. Well, let's send in the mob. You think that's Jarl? Well, I like, if we think it's Jarl, let's just attack and see if they want to chump. Because if they, I'm not going to activate, because if they don't block, we can do it after combat. Iron Verdict. Well, there you go. Well, I'll at least pick off the shield mate. Let's see, wait. Do I want to make an ice thing first? So we go make a thing, we have 4, and then with 4 we can behold. Yeah, we can activate Manolith and Foretell, but that takes us off walking, which I think is fine. Let's do that. You like just wake? I think this is good too. I don't know. Magic's hard. So many dang lines. So many lines. Couple of verdicts. Did you have some ways to get steel back? None of this is too big a deal yet. This is something, but we're going to have a Mistwalker at least. Or this. That's also nice. Boy, a lot to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't forget this land, too, in case it's necessary. But being able to Necro with Behold seems correct here over Waking. Mainly because Waking doesn't do anything immediately, and we need board presence. We could go Necro Mistwalker, too. We can just hold on the Behold. Maybe that makes sense. Let's get our... I'm gonna get our defenders out with 6 life left here. Especially one that can trade off for the Kennel Master. But yeah, if we were gonna behold Necro, we should behold first for sure. Here we have to decide whether we're willing to trade off now. Probably Vandal and Necromancer is okay here. They get a flyer. We have a flyer for it. We have Waking and Behold back. So even though we are ostensibly wanting to like make this work, look, they're out of cards. Look at what we've got. I think if we just trade this board off and get to parity, we get Waking plus Behold, and we ought to be able to win from there. And we even have the Pyroclasm. Yeah, that's true. And then we, so, yeah. I think we just do this. Pyroclasm their board, and then, like, what are they going to do? I mean, I suppose top deck like a champ. That's the answer, but we make them top deck like a champ. Yeah, I think they forgot about it. We even get a scry. We'll keep the slumber mound. I mean, lands are generally good here, but we'll keep the one with the waking, but I don't think I want both. 1,000,000 trolls, 1,000,001 trolls. They're very similar. And we're going to hold the damage and cast Behold. I could have added a point of damage, but not worth it when we can Behold instead. All right, I know this is too long, but I love it. I'm going to give it one more, and then I'm going to talk. Is Duncan, are you around by chance? I do agree. I think we need to trim this one, the length on this one, but it's funny.
Look and behold! 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 Whoa! Hell yes, whoa!
Could just go Lindy to get us comfortable on life again. But I think we should just do this. We've got the time. I don't think they're going to get us in one turn. You can. I'll send him an email, Hat. It's okay. I have an email thread going with him. Hodge is like, no. It can be better, Hodge. I think it just needs a little bit shorter. A little bit. Come on, D. No. And also, I'm going to say Vandal. Could we lose? I don't want to lose to, like... I'm going to stay back. I don't care. Like, I don't know what hasty thing they could have here. I just don't... Like, it would be so dumb to lose... I know there's not a lot of haste in black or anything. I just feel like I should not risk anything here. And yeah, we're gonna have to be getting there with, getting some life back with Lindy here is actually going to be important. I think we have the room to do this though. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even look at our other one. I forgot. Sorry. But we're going to do this. I'm just going to get Lindy now. Yeah, we can totally blow up the Snowland. They only have one, but Lindy protects us for a turn anyway, so I'm just going to start here. We don't need more trolls, though. Come on. I guess we could have used more trolls. Still doing good. Still fine. Well, we don't. We literally don't need more trolls. That's the thing. I was miscounting lands, but we are so fine here. Yeah, we're still gonna blow it up. This is not an instant though. It's an instant speed effect. We can do that later. Although we should do it before they can use it, right? That's fine. No sense waiting. So now maybe they can find their outs with Varagoth, but I'm going to send in everything here and make them do some blocks. And 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We could send in the Mistwalker and then they become forced blocks. And keep the Vandal back to chump. Well, let's fetch some land. And do this a couple times. Okay. Punting our way to wins, as always around here. But we got there. One closer to some gems. And regarding cursing, D, my goal around here is like PG-13, which is to say I want parents to know that if their younger kids are hanging out with us, that it's cool. You know, they're going to hear some maybe edgy stuff here and there, but it's not overt. I don't mind AF. I don't mind EFF if you want to, you know, if you want to abbreviate, that's fine. But we just try to keep it a little bit on the PG-13 side. There's just no need to, and also it's not even about kids. Some people just don't like cursing. There's no need to, I don't feel any need to eliminate possible audience to drop some F-bombs, you know? Dionysus tried to in chat and the filters said no. And D was like, what, are we babies around here? And I'm like, you are, but we want babies around here if they want to hang. What are we doing? We have white-black weird stuff. Pretty defensive. Iron Verdicts we got to keep in mind. Verdicts are going to come after our Svelas, so I do like the Snakeskin Veil. They had some decent flying, but we have all of our haters in. Yeah, I don't know if this is breakneck. We've been doing like breakneck overseas. I think this is run it back. We need one land, but then it looks pretty good here. We got Svella with any land, Seeker with any land, Mistwalker with any land. Voxy is funny. I raid Voxy's stream, and I hit like 7 curses before I even has said hello. Voxy's like every other word. Avalanche Caller is on time to threaten blocks. And much like we have prior, I will throw the Avalanche Caller in the way here. I'll trade Avalanche Caller for tricks. We're just trying to make the long game happen, and then we should be okay. Yipe! New plan. We are going to trade our Fjord for a Story Seeker. Let's see. We have a little bit of time, but not much. We can go Horizon Seeker, and then we technically have a 1-for-1 on a block. I think actually that's probably our best play right now. Without a trick, we have a 2-for-1 really with the getting that aura. With the trick, we might be going on to game 3, but we gotta give ourselves a chance here. Okay, they didn't want to make that trade. We're getting a chance to build. I love it. And now, Svella.
Hey, Stella!
Can't you hear me yell?
Very telling that they did not attack too. It suggests that as of last turn they didn't have tricks, and of course we can just take this one. Yeah, this is screaming verdict, right? Texas Toast says just beware of that, and that's fine. We just got to understand that when we make our when we make a Manolith, we're going to lose our Svella. And do we need to do that? Probably. I like passing and having Provoke and Manolith up. We could send in the Seeker and... Nah, not going to do that. Back-to-back Kennel Masters is brutal. And we don't have any removal that takes out 4 toughness. So this just happens and we got to decide. I don't even think we're done for yet. We get to chump one, take the other, make a Manolith, lose a Svella, but then potentially have some stuff on the backside. Yeah, we could go to 1 as well. Yeah, I don't think we can chump. Yeah, we need to go to 1 and hope we can stabilize after, right? Real problem here is that I don't see how I think I have to make a Manolith. I just feel they pick off Svella and then we go to game 3, right? What mean? Oh, behold, sorry. Hodge thinks this is the perfect length.
Look and behold! 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 Whoa! Hell yes, whoa!
Hey, we untapped with Svella. We have a chance. We have a chance. So you're saying there's a chance, says the guy who's never actually seen that movie. I've never seen that movie. Honestly, it seemed dumb. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, we go Necro here, and then we have some blocks that matter. Haj says, wait, what do you want to do, Haj? Draugr and land eat. What do you mean land eat? Oh, I see. Activate a land. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's not enough mana. Misty is what leaves that up, right? But Misty gives us a second blocker and the land trade, so that's fine. I'm in for that. You like mob? You just want to trade off mob? Can't do land 4/4 and Mancer. I would do that. Yeah, okay, mob now, and then we can start trading off lands in the future. Also, not even at game 3 yet, and I'm 1046, so pick it up, Ryan. Stop waiting for chat to tell you what to do and figure out how to win a game of Magic on your own. Gotta be like this, right? Not much else we can do. And we're still only mostly.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
I mean, this is tough, but we have Necromancer and Mistwalker. Necromancer can trade for the Kennel Master, and Mistwalker can bounce off the Jarl. They don't have a second thing to use for the Spectral Steel, so it's kind of threatening us with that, but they can't use it right now. And they didn't attack, everybody. Holy moly. Now we can provoke Jarl and cast it? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We also have Pyre. Yeah, we can also just make just big giant. If they're not attacking into this, they're not attacking a giant. Let's go giant. Well, because provoke on Jarl kills one of their creatures and gives us one of our own, because we could then recast it. So there's a very strong argument to be said for effectively 2 going up by 2 on creatures instead of by 1. Does that make sense? So right now we have this board, but we could have had Jarl on our side, no Jarl on their side. Can we provoke and Pyre? That's too expensive. This is like 6 total, right? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. We need like 2 more mana before we can provoke and Pyre. But now it looks like we will do the land, right? Kills 2 of their things and none of ours. I don't think they're looking at our land. And also, you know what happened with the DRE. Let's just do that right now. I don't think we want more land right now. We want action. It's true. I didn't really look. But, I figured we were just going to cast Raptor, so, and that doesn't matter. So, sending Giant? Sending... I mean... Let's send Giant first. Yeah, we lose the death trigger, but if they're out of cards, I think this is fine. Well, there you go. Because they had that. It just clears their board completely to do so, which was appealing to me. Why trade down? Because we're at 1 and just want to. If we have a clear board, that's better for us. That was my thinking. Let's provoke that and then play it, and then we can get our life back up. Yeah, it's like things dying when you got Cinderheart is just fine. They're out of cards, so if it's hasty, we can block it, and if it's removal, they don't have anything to haste us with. Oh yeah, I guess Reaper, but that's true, that's true. I should play around Reaper, thank you. There is that one uncommon hasty that I could lose to now. All right. Keep the faith, everybody, keep the faith. Let's Kennel Master our faithful. And what else do we want to attack with? The Necromancer. Let's send that. And we'll leave both our flyers back now. I'll play a little more KG. Although we could send one, I guess. Right? We can send one and pump it. We got to get him dead. Radiant says leave both. I could do the math on... well, except the math doesn't matter yet because of too much lifelink and... I don't know. All right, I'll leave back to be extra careful. If they block here, we get to cast their shield mate. Like, can we foretell Jarl? Maybe I should see if we even can. No, you can't. I didn't think you could, because that's a hand thing. We can certainly make this. Yeah, they've killed the Necromancer, but it's too late now. This is all but done. I should have maybe kept the land for the spoils, but this is fine. I'm not playing, now we have an 8 life, so I don't have to play around that hasty anymore. Yeah, with 8 life, we're fine, right? And maybe even Vandal pitch to get, nah, it's fine. This is fine. We'll hold all. Scoop it up, Oppo. Doomscar would be only fair, but even then we're fine because we got Narfi, so... I don't know about profit. I definitely agree on the punting. Well, that's, I joke about it, but it is very true. Like, look how much I punt and still have a very, very high win rate. You can punt a lot. You can make a lot of mistakes in Magic and still do fine because everybody else is out there making a lot of mistakes in Magic too. Tough game. Exactly, Pablo. Look at my win rate with all these punts. You too can do it. Oh, complicated format, complicated deck, but we got some cashola back. I appreciate that. I wonder how, I think I opened some, I think we were at 10 just the other day. Let's look at packs though. Yeah, 5 here. Is very true. War Furnace says, when you don't stream, you don't notice most of your punts unless you lose. And even then, you maybe don't notice why you lost. A lot of people make 6 punts on their way to losing and then tell their friends, yeah, I got mana screwed, or I got flooded, because they they drew 2 lands above average. And so the story is I got flooded, and it's not that I made 6 mistakes, right? And I've often said, and I'll hop to soapbox for this, and we'll call this a sign off here with our YouTube friends. I've often said the surprise benefit of streaming is having dozens and dozens, if not hundreds and hundreds of Magic players watching me play means that I hear about every one of my mistakes. It's pretty rare. There's very, very slim occasions when somebody on YouTube has made a comment that seems like they have found some play error that nobody on stream mentioned. But mostly, every possibility gets called out, and every obvious mistake I make especially gets called out. And that's been really valuable to me, both in framing where my leaks are and also framing how good I am. Streaming has really humbled me. I'm a prideful gamer, and even though I say things like I know I don't have the talent to stay on the pro tour, there's still that side of me that wants to be like, I am awesome at this. I make very few mistakes. I'm not as good as Luis Scott Vargas, but I am close. I am an excellent Magic player. And then I start streaming and just find out, Ryan, you got a lot of leaks, my friend. You got a lot of leaks, a lot of places to work on. And good news, you can punt a lot and still come up with some Magic wins. So hearing about all of my mistakes has actually made me a much, much better player, because I'm way more aware of where I am really at, instead of lying to myself about how good I am and lying to myself that I've got certain leaks taken care of. It's been great. I haven't plugged all those leaks yet, but I have a real list of things to work on in my game that I did not have before I started streaming. It's a really fortunate side effect of the streaming thing. And yeah, you can potentially replicate it if you, maybe find a friend and be willing to trade games. Send them a replay. They send you a replay. Watch each other's replay and see if you can help each other that way, Anyway, I will try to punt less tomorrow. That's what I say every day. Bye, YouTube.